sector, I wonder, are there different considerations that you might take because you're talking to a pretty, technology and technical audience, I guess, versus, what someone in a different kind of B2B setting might be doing? Or do you think what you're sharing really applies to any B2B sale at this point?
Well, I'm not sure since I've always worked in tech versus other aspects
Yeah.
versus other sectors of B2B. I will say though, IT people are just increasingly stressed.
Yeah.
They, or have been urged to do more with less for forever. But even more so, I think in the past few years, they have a lot of initiatives now. Everything is digital, everything's tech. Their staff can't do it all, and they don't have all the skills they need. There's still a dearth of cloud and AI skills that is ever growing. And so you have people who are having to take on a lot of different responsibilities. Some of our salespeople talk about how they are, our solution tends to be used by like a system administrator or a data analyst or a systems architect, people who are maybe a little more in the weeds, like they're not a CIO. We're not going to have a CIO be
Right.
one of our
Right.
users. And so these people sometimes can come straight out of college and they're not just managing one area. Like we used to have these networking specialists or storage specialists or application specialists. And now, we're kind of going back to this age, at least at a junior level of IT generalists, and they're managing a lot of different stuff. So, they don't really have time for a lot of fluff. They love tips and tactics. How can they do their job easier? How can they save some time? How can they, understanding what they are, how they were evaluated. For instance, like if an IT person they're evaluated on how they maintain the performance of the applications and the data for users, how they keep things up and running, and how they keep things on budget. Once you understand those three things, two or three things that the buyer really has to do every day, then you can figure out, well, okay, how can I apply to their world? And so you can say fancy things, oh, we're doing this, that. But if the customer's not there yet, it's going to be hard. That kind of a message, the aspirational message is going to have to go to somebody at a higher level who's managing the strategy. So it's all about, like, again, understanding who is your buyer, because in IT, there's a lot of different kind of buyers these days.